Hey guys, and welcome back to another Off the Cuff. I have a little bit of a gem for you today. So, for those of you that aren't in the UK, obviously the main countries that make up the UK, because there are sort of 15 countries and territories: England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Scotland has probably the highest level of devolution amongst them. They have their own government. So, for example, the UK government will have Scottish people, Welsh people, Northern Irish people, but there is no specific English government. So you will get Scots, Welsh, Northern Irish talking and making judgments on, for example, UK education, but you would not get that the other way around. In this case, this is just a Scotland-only advert asked for by Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP. Actually, I think it was originally asked for by Hamza Yousef, who is kind of, I think, like the second or third in command of the SNP, Scotland's party. And anyway, they asked for this video, and I have brought this video to you, so enjoy.
Ever called a girl dull?
Or whistled at her walking down the street?
Ever stared at a woman on a bus or
said to your mate, I'd do that.
You ever give a girl a compliment? Like, nice?
And wondered why you didn't get a thank you.
ever slid into a girl's DMs?
And went ahead and just showed her it.
You ever bought a lassie dinner and felt that meant she owed you something?
You ever got 3 shots in a row hoping you'd get a shot of her?
Then what? Bundled her wasted into a taxi and took her back to yours?
You ever guilt tripped her? Or pressured her?
Or pushed her into it?
And then left feeling like a lad?
See, most men don't look in the mirror and see a problem.
But it's staring us right in the face.
Sexual violence starts long before you think it does. Don't be that guy.
Okay, so let's go through. That was interesting, wasn't it? Let's go through those one by one.
Ever called a girl dull?
No, I have never ever called a girl dull.
Or whistled at her walking down the street?
No, I've never whistled at a girl walking down the street.
Ever stared at a woman on a bus or
Said to your mate, I'd do that.
I feel like I've probably stared at many people on buses, just like when you're daydreaming and suddenly you realise that you've been staring straight through someone. I also think there's quite a difference between staring someone on a bus and saying to a mate, I would do that. Have I ever said to a friend, I would do that? No. I've probably said, wow, she's stunning or something, but no, I've never said something like that.
You ever give a girl a compliment? Like, nice?
Yes, I have given many girls compliments over the years. Have I ever looked at a woman and just gone, nice? Looking like a career criminal? No, I've definitely not done that.
And wondered why you didn't get a thank you.
No, because if I did it like that dude just did it, I would definitely expect to be getting a call from the police and not a thank you.
ever slid into a girl's DMs?
No, I'm too old to be sliding into anything, and especially a DM/DMs.
And went ahead and just showed her it.
Jodo, what? You weirdo. God, these guys look proper weird.
You ever bought a lassie dinner and felt that meant she owed you something?
Yes. And do I think she owed me something? Yeah, she would owe me half the dinner.
You ever got 3 shots in a row hoping you'd get a shot of her?
I don't know what that means. 3 shots in a row. Well, as in, have I ever tried to get someone drunk so that I can sleep with them? No. But does that count, like, if they want to get drunk and want to sleep with you? In which case, possibly.
Then what? Bundled her wasted into a taxi and took her back to yours?
I feel like if you're bundling anyone into a vehicle, then you're probably a bad dude. Have I gone out with someone for the night and put them into a taxi? Yes, because I felt like it was better that we did that than that I got a taxi and then they walked to mine after, because I feel like that would just be harsh.
You ever guilt tripped her?
Or pressured her.
Or pushed her into it.
And then left feeling like a lad.
See, most men don't look in the mirror and see a problem.
But it's staring us right in the face.
Yes, I would imagine that people like Nicola Sturgeon thinks that just looking in the mirror and seeing the fact that you're a man staring back at you definitely would think that that's a problem. And Hamza Yousef, as we know, thinks that if you stare into a mirror and see a white man staring back at you, then that is a double problem. I feel like that guy definitely should look into the mirror and think there's a problem staring back at him every day.
Sexual violence starts long before you think it does.
Too many jokes. Too risky.
Don't be that guy.
Okay, young man. Well, thank you for young men. Thank you for educating me, and also it's extremely good of you all to show the world who you really are. Although I imagine not many people will see that video. But yeah, you know, it's kind of weird seeing some of them looked like extremely strange perverts. So it's good of them to show that many ladies, and definitely a couple of them gents, should definitely run the other way if ever they see these people in real life. So yeah, I don't know what you guys thought about that. I feel like it was a little bit over the top. I feel like maybe I'm just of the wrong generation. Obviously Generation Y. I am Generation Y. But like, I think most people wouldn't have done those things. And some of them, if they have, they certainly wouldn't have done it with negative mindsets. So the way they're sort of portraying it, like, have you ever looked at a woman and looked at your mate and gone, nice? Yes, I'm sure many men have looked at beautiful women and said, nice. Do they stare a woman in the face and go, nice? Probably not, because I imagine that those people are clinically insane. And I just feel like most of the things that they were pointing towards there are all similar sorts of things. So for 20 years we've had the debate over wolf whistling, and we had all sorts of experiments that showed. Now, and I should say briefly, I was a builder. I never heard anyone wolf whistle, but I'm sure there have been people that have done it, no doubt. Is it supposed to be a compliment? Probably yes. Is it wanted? Probably not. But they did do all sorts of university journals where, you know, they found out that women began to kind of get a bit insulted if that didn't happen. But either way, I think we're kind of jumping the shark, because, you know, the whole point is, are you allowed to compliment a woman? I would argue yes. Like, if you're being respectful, you should be allowed to compliment a woman. Is she allowed to tell you to piss off in a nice way? Yes. That's all well and good. Is bundling someone into the back of a taxi okay? No, I don't know anyone that's ever bundled a woman into the back of a taxi. The whole thing just kind of seems like they're trying to put a sort of tint on it that doesn't really exist in the mainstream. So yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this one. My instant reaction is that it's just way over the top and it's just dramatized nonsense that, you know, doesn't exist in the way they're kind of hinting that it does. But let me know what you think. And for those of you up in Scotland, I really want to know, I'm really interested to know how many people you think in Scotland understand that all of these kind of, not that we're, you know, a lot better down in England and Wales, but how many of the people that you know understand that these sorts of things are sent out by the SNP? There's some other stuff I'm going to do today. Do they understand, that the reason they have problems with the NHS, education, unfortunately we're seeing Scotland, that used to be right at the top, 100 years ago, are now at the bottom. I just wonder if they understand that that is specifically the SNP's doing, and not, the whole of the UK's government. Anyway, just thought you would find that interesting. Let me know what you think, and I will see you again soon.
Winston stopped writing, partly because he was suffering from cramp. He did not know what had made him pour out this stream of rubbish